Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm announcing something very exciting. So today I'm announcing a readathon that I am co-hosting with some lovely ladies, and it's the Stranger Things Readathon. So the Stranger Things Readathon happened last year, and I was supposed to host, or I was asked to host, but I was doing NaNoWriMo and all these other things, and I just felt really overwhelmed, so I had to back out. But I'm so happy to be doing it this year because I really wished I could have done it last year. So this year I'm co-hosting, and I'm so excited. And we've changed it for this year, and it's gonna be so much fun, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about it. So first of all, when is the readathon taking place? It is taking place the entire month of September. So first let's go through all of the hosts, and by the way, all this information is going to be down below in the description for easy access for you guys. So the hosts for the readathon are Peyton Reads, myself, brittany&books, Books, Lisa Marie Reads, and Reading with a Boss. I love all these booktubers so much, so definitely make sure you guys all check out their videos down below and their channels and all of the information down below in the description. So we're doing lots of different and exciting things with this readathon, things that did not occur in the last year's readathon. So this readathon is going to be split into teams. So we have 3 teams all based off of groups in season 3 of Stranger Things. So we have Scoops Troop, Eagle's Nest, and Griswold Family, and I'm so excited. So you can either choose whichever team you want to be a part of, whichever challenges speak to you. If you want to be a part of Scoops Troop, you can be a part of Scoops Troop. But if you like them all or you just don't want to make that decision yourself, we also have a quiz that will tell you which team you would belong in if you were in Stranger Things. That will be down below in the description if you do want to take that quiz, but no, it's completely optional. You can choose whichever team you want to be in. And then once you know your team, there is a form that you're going to fill out down below as well that will basically just inform us what team you guys are going to be on, so we know where your pages are going to count towards. So each team has their own set of 6 challenges that we've come up with, and I'm in love with all of these challenges, so I cannot wait to get to that part of the video to tell you guys about them. And I do have recommendations for my team's challenges, which I will get to in a moment. The goal is to just get as many pages as you can for your team, so every time you finish a book, you're going to input the pages into a form that is also down below. So make sure you check out all of the things in the description so you can make sure to know where your pages have to go. It's so exciting. Oh, I'm living for this. So the readathon is pretty flexible, and I'm going to read directly off of our thing here so I don't mess this up. But you can do all 18 challenges, so all the challenges for each team, since this is a month-long readathon. If you can read that many or whatever, you can also double up on challenges. Like, do whatever the hell makes you happy, or you can just do the 6 challenges for your specific team that you've chosen, or only some of them. Like, it really does not matter, but whatever team you choose, that's where your pages are going to go towards. That doesn't mean that you necessarily have to do all of those challenges, or you can't dip your toes into the challenges of the other teams, because I know I'm definitely going to be dipping my toes into other challenges because I just love them all so much. It doesn't matter what challenges you do, just as long as you input your pages for the team that you have chosen. Okay, so now let's get into the challenges. So we have 2 hosts per team. So I believe it's Jasmine and Lisa are both on Scoops Troop. It's me and Peyton on Griswold Family, and it's Layla and Angela on Eagle's Nest. I'm only going to be giving you guys recommendations for Griswold Family, and I do have quite a few recommendations, but if you want recommendations for the other challenges or more recommendations for Griswold Family, then make sure to go check out the other hosts' videos, because we are all giving some recommendations for you guys to kind of make this as easy as possible and give you guys some suggestions. But I'm just going to quickly run through all of the challenges. So the Scoops Troop challenges are: Dustin, read a sci-fi book because he's obsessed with science, so this one just kind of made sense to us. Erica, read a middle grade book because she is on the younger side. Robin, this is a challenge that we did last year as well, but it's read a book featuring a female-female relationship because Robin is a lesbian, which we stan. Steve is read a popular book because he's like the popular dude in school and whatnot, so we gotta represent that. And then we have USS Butterscotch, which is one of Erica's favorite flavors from Scoops Ahoy, so we got that, and that is read a sweet contemporary book. And then we have the last challenge, which is Starcourt Mall, read a book you bought or received recently. Eagle's Nest is Murray, read a book featuring a hate to love romance, and we did this because he's kind of a grump. First of all, he's a grump. He's kind of like the honorary matchmaker of the show, because in season 2 he gets Nancy and Jonathan together, and then in season 3 he kind of pushes Hopper and Joyce to get together. It's just really funny, so we thought something to do with romance would be really fitting for Murray, so we did that. So for Joyce, we have a quote that kind of inspired the challenge. So it's, why are all these magnets losing their magnetism? Because she was obsessed with magnets in the 3rd season. So we did read a book that you've always been drawn to. So that's just like a book that has always captured your attention but you just haven't read yet, or something that you just like really want to read, basically. And then we have Hopper, which is also another quote, and we have I want you to feel like this can still be your home. So reread a book that feels like home. And then number 4, Alexi's Cherry Slushy. I love Alexi. Read a book with a red only cover, which is pretty self-explanatory. The next one is Summer Carnival. Read a fun fantasy book. And then the last challenge for Eagle's Nest is the Upside Down. So read a book that's outside of your comfort zone. Now let's get into Griswold Family, which is of course, like I said, the team that I am co-hosting with Peyton. So the first challenge is Max and 11. Read a book featuring a strong female friendship, because those two girls really come together in the third season, which makes me so happy. So I do have some recommendations for this one. So first I have This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales. Our main character Elise is kind of like a loner. She doesn't really have a lot of friends, but throughout the course of the book she does come into having some strong female friendships that I really loved by the end of the book. Then we have Girl Made of Stars by Ashley Herring Blake. I'm recommending this one because it deals with our main character finding out that her brother has raped one of her best friends. Throughout the entire book she never really second guesses her friend, never doubts her friend, even though she is really close with her brother. She believes her friend. So I feel like that's why there's a strong female friendship in this one. She's just always there for her friend, supporting her, and so that's why I'm recommending this one. And then one of my favorites, we have Geekarella by Ashley Poston. So this one's a strong female friendship between our main character Elle and her co-worker Sage. I love their friendship so much, so I think this is one that I'm most excited to recommend. I love their friendship in this book, so I think it really fits. And the next challenge is Nancy. So we have two different options for her. So read a non-fiction book or read a mystery novel. So the non-fiction's kind of because she works in journalism in the third season, and the mystery novel is because she is always trying to solve some sort of mystery. So I have only two recommendations for non-fiction because I don't read non-fiction very often, but I have This Star Won't Go Out by Esther Earl. This is a kind of like memoir sort of book about a girl who had cancer. She's actually who The Fault in Our Stars is dedicated to, because she was very close friends with John Green, but she passed away from cancer. And so this book kind of has like, I think, diary entries and like illustrations that she used to do, and it's just like kind of like her talking about her life, and I think her family put it together after she died and published it, and it's just really sad and really beautiful as well. And I haven't read it in a really long time, but I'm thinking I might want to reread it at some point because it's just such a good book. So I do recommend this one. And then there's also I'll Be There For You, the one about friends, which is a book kind of all about the Friends phenomenon. So if you like the show Friends, then I recommend this one. But I do have more recommendations for the mystery novels. So I have ones that have like a touch of mystery and ones that kind of fully revolve around mysteries. So I have Serious Moonlight by Jen Bennett, and this one is kind of like the main plot, but I feel like the mystery and the romance are kind of pretty on par with each other, but there's just like a slight mystery element in this one. The main character Birdie is obsessed with mysteries, obsessed with like Nancy Drew type of things and whatnot, and she is always on the hunt to solve a mystery. And so when she gets a new job at a hotel, she ends up stumbling upon a mystery that she's trying to solve about this like anonymous writer person. It's really good. So if you just want like a touch of mystery because you're not like a huge mystery person, then I do recommend this one. But if you're looking for a book that has more mystery in it, we have Sadie by Courtney Summers. This is a pretty popular book, but if you have not read it, it's really interesting. I recommend the audiobook for this one. It was freaking fantastic. It's done by one of my favorite audiobook narrators. I believe it's Rebecca Soler, and there's a podcast element, which is just so cool because it sounds like an actual podcast, and just the production of this audiobook is so good. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. So if you want more of a mystery, like more in the forefront, I do recommend this one. And then the last one I have for this one is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This one's about Claudia, and her best friend is missing, and so throughout the entire book she's trying to like solve the mystery about where her best friend is because nobody else seems to care. So it's kind of all up to her to find her best friend. This one's really heartbreaking and really sad. I do recommend this one. I think more people should definitely read this. And then we have Jonathan, and I really like this challenge. It's read a book with a picture perfect cover because he's really into photography. This one was just kind of really fun to do. This is a pretty subjective challenge, so I feel kind of weird recommending books for this one, but I'm just gonna like pull from my other recommendations. I think Sadie's a really beautiful cover. I also think Geekarella has a really beautiful cover, and I also think Girl Made of Stars has a really beautiful cover. So basically just pick any book that screams beautiful to you, or that like you'd want to take pictures of, I guess. Just any pretty book works for this challenge. And then we have Mike. So read a book that has a soft boy character in it. I love Mike so much. So recommendations for soft boy characters. The first one is Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, and the soft boy character in here is Mason. He's one of Rose's best friends, and I love Mason with my entire heart. He's always been one of my favorites. So if you have not yet read this series, definitely recommend it for this challenge because I love Mason. He's such a soft boy. I don't know. He's really cute. And then we also have Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. The love interest in this book, Wallace, is such a soft boy. He's like a little anxious bean and a little like introverted bean, and I just love him so much. He's such a cinnamon bun. Why am I just using like food analogies? I don't know, but he's adorable. I love him definitely. I think that he is one of the ultimate soft boys. And then we have What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli and Adam Silvera. Both of the boys in this book are pretty soft and I love them to pieces. I think Arthur in particular is a soft boy. He's this one. I love this book and I definitely recommend it. It's such a cute romance and both of the boys in the romance are soft boys, so it works perfectly. And then I have two Morgan Matson books. So I have Since You've Been Gone and The Unexpected Everything. She is like the queen at writing soft boy characters. So we have Frank in this one, ultimate soft boy, and also Clark in this one, who I adore. He's like my ultimate like fictional crush for some reason. I love him. He's a writer. He's adorable, so definitely recommend these as well. And then we have Will read an underhyped, underappreciated book. Now in like the first two seasons, like the main focal point of the show and everyone's worrying about him, but he kind of falls to the wayside in season 3 and no one really cares and all he wants to do is play D&D and no one wants to play with him. Like he's just trying to hold on to his childhood and everyone's just worried about other things. So I feel like he's just really underappreciated in that third season and whatnot, so that's why we went with this challenge for this one. So I have a few for this one, but I do actually have an entire video about underhyped books, so you guys can go check that out up in the cards if you want a couple more recommendations, but I do have some prepared for you guys. One that I always say for underhyped book recs is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. I feel like no one talks about this book and more people should be. It's just so good, so definitely this one is underhyped and deserves more love and attention. And then I have Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez. I feel like I hear nobody talk about this book on BookTube. I've only seen people on Twitter talk about it and maybe that's only because I follow the author. I have no idea, but I definitely recommend this book. It's like a loose grease retelling. It's a male-male romance, which we adore. So there you go. It's a super fun short book as well, so it'll be really, really quick. I read this in basically a sitting, which is just so much fun. We have Moxie by Jennifer Matthews. This is like a feminist book, which obviously stand for. So I feel like this also has like strong female friendship, but love this book as well. Then we have A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tahara Mafi. I don't know if this is actually underhyped. I feel like people talked about it when it first came out, but no one really talks about it anymore. Ocean from this book is also a soft boy. Just saying. But I love this book so much. It takes place right after 9/11 happens and it's just a really emotional but beautiful story and I love it a lot. I'm like most proud of this recommendation because it's Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner. But this book is basically about a girl who like loves comics and Dungeons and Dragons. Perfect. And she kind of like goes to this comic book store. She kind of like gets put down by the workers at the store, kind of feeling like that because she's a girl she can't really like comics or she can't be liking the comics that she's liking. So she ends up masquerading as a boy and joining this like Dungeons and Dragons group and kind of fooling everyone into thinking that she's a boy and seeing how they treat her differently. It's a really, really good book. I think because it's underhyped, no one talks about it, and it deals with Dungeons and Dragons and it's like perfect for this readathon. So if you want to be on brand with the readathon, I recommend this one. And the last challenge is read a book with a black main character or written by a black author. So I have a few for this one as well. We have Monday's Not Coming, again by Tiffany D. Jackson, written by a black author and has black characters in it. Then we have Everything by Nicola Yoon, again black main character and black author, and I love this book and I feel like no one talks about it anymore, but it's a lot of fun. And then we have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. I feel like everyone and their mother has read The Hate You Give, but I feel like no one talks about On the Come Up for some reason, but it's such a good book. It deals with our main character loving to rap and starting like a rap career, and it's really, really good, so I highly recommend this one. Okay, so those are all the recommendations that I have, and those are all the Griswold Family challenges. Like I said, everything's going to be linked down below and written down below so you guys can figure out what team you want to be a part of or get all the information down there. And I think that's all I really have to say about the Stranger Things readathon. We are so excited for it. Like, I'm just counting down the days till September so I can participate in this readathon. I'm just so hyped up for it. So I hope you guys are excited too. We've been working so hard trying to put this all together and I'm so hyped for it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, and make sure to let me know if you're going to be participating in the readathon because I'd really love to know. Subscribe if you have not yet already. I'm going to be weekly vlogging the readathon, so I'd really love if you guys could subscribe so you can make sure you don't miss out on those. I'm also going to be posting my TBR soon, so keep a lookout for that. And I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you are excited for the readathon because I'm so excited. Bye!